Hey, very good afternoon to you all. It is 5:25-ish on Friday the 7th of May. Hope you've had a good week. We certainly have. The sun is shining. I'm not sure how long that will last for. I'm sure it'll be a pretty wet weekend. I have to say, last weekend I met some friends down at the rugby club that we're members of. I had a catch-up drink outside, of course. It has to be one of the most unpleasant experiences, drinking in the cold for 3 hours, socialising in the cold and the wind, not to be repeated. I think I'll stay firmly indoors this weekend for any social activities with the family. Okay, but I hope you had a good weekend, bank holiday weekend anyway, and it's nice to have this shortened 4-day week, isn't it? Well done in the week to the year 11s and year 13s. They've carried on with week 2 of their final assessments. Just 2 more weeks to go, so keep plugging away, guys. You're doing remarkably well. The feedback from the young people when they come out of those assessments has been very positive. They feel like they're doing themselves justice, and I'm sure they will get everything they deserve on August the 10th and August the 12th. So well done, guys. Keep it going, and thank you at home for your support of the young people and all the best staff who are engaging now and embarking on that onerous task of marking these papers as well. So well done. Talking of testing of a different sort, a bit of a segue there. Last week, Mr. Corley, our estates manager, oversees the testing and looks at the figures each week. About just over 400 or so tests were reported to school last week. Now, I know it's a hassle to do the test and report it to us and to the NHS. But if you could please carry on with that for that peace of mind and security it gives us all, then we would be most grateful. Out of a school population of 1,400 pupils and over 100 staff doing 2 tests per week in theory, 400 or so tests is not a great number. So if you could try and carry that process on, we'd be most grateful. It won't be for much longer, all being well. As things start to ease off a bit more, please, if you could, keep it going. Beyond that, COVID news, it's been a pretty positive week again. So no news is good news in many ways. You think you'll be aware, most of you, that we have a great track record of fundraising here at Wellington. Normally over £30,000 per year, and 1 year over £40,000 in 1 year. Over the last 2 years with lockdowns and limitations there, it's not been quite as large a sum, but still delighted this week to receive a visit from Jess for Cash for Kids, one of the fundraisers there. Cash for Kids, of course, linked with Hits FM, came in with a gold and silver disc, record style. Sat on my couch over there, and you may have seen photos in social media this week to recognise our achievements and the fundraising over the last couple of years. So I think in total, over the 2 years, about £49,000, which is not what we'd expect normally, but still a fantastic achievement. I know the gang at Hits FM and Cash for Kids are delighted with what we've achieved there. So a big thank you again to those of you young people who took part and raised the money and for putting your hands in your pockets, parents and family members and friends. But it's great to have that recognised, and those discs will be proudly mounted on the corridor outside for people to look at and to celebrate forthwith. So well done for that. Also well done, we're on the topic of congratulations too. I think I forgot after Easter to congratulate Lauren Cowell, whose mum informed of Lauren's endeavours in the community, basically picking up far too much litter which was gathering on the fields behind their homes. So it's great that these young people are community spirited. So if I haven't mentioned before, and I've spoken to Lauren in person, if I haven't mentioned publicly, well done, Lauren. Well done also to Edward Needham, whose efforts supporting a holiday camp over Easter have been recognised as well. I think there's a sort of a brief report on that on this week's bulletin. So well done, Edward, and well done, Lauren, for your efforts. And well done also to Ruby Slattery in year 11. Something we can also be very proud of. Ruby is an outstanding soccer player. She's been with United since she was 9 years of age, but her club of choice, if you like, as much as it galls me to say, is Manchester City. And she's recently been accepted onto the under-21 academy ladies program at Manchester City. That is no mean feat. She has undergone a rigorous process, including an interview, and she was finally selected head, I believe, of some England internationals as well for that place on that squad. So Ruby is academically a bit of a superstar who is set to achieve highly this summer, and clearly an outstanding sporting superstar as well. And I think that combination and that commitment to her studies as well as her sport is what impressed the team down at Manchester City. So well done, Ruby. And I'm pleased to say that Ruby wants to return to do A-levels at Wellington Sixth Form, as well as obviously carrying on with her football on a Wednesday down at the Etihad. So yeah, I wish she was United, but she's chosen the blue side and she's delighted with that. So and a good chat with Ruby's mum on, was it Wednesday this week? He taught me through things, so just that deserves some recognition publicly. So well done to Ruby. On that sporting note as well, good luck to all the girls, year 7 to 10, going down to Wright Robinson High School this weekend to take part in trials for Greater Manchester. Hopefully we get some success out of that. What's coming up as well as that, next week is Mental Health Awareness Week, and this opportunity is probably taken to thank Mrs. Copeland, but all the team in supporting our young people around the issues of mental health. We do a lot around that, as you'll be aware. And more activities next week will be flagged up as well, including a theatrical performance around the issue of mental health. The name escapes me at the moment. It might be down there somewhere. No, I can't see it. There we are. How Are You? It's called. So that's the name of a production which you'll be able to view online, no doubt, and pupils will get a chance to see in school around the issue of mental health awareness. So thank you to all the staff for helping and supporting our young people on that topic. Okay. Staffing, 3 appointments to announce. Delighted to welcome back Lauren Flett, one of our former students who graduates this year from university. Is coming back to work as our science technician as of September. So no, June time she starts. So yeah, great to have some former students back in school helping out in the science department. Well done, Lauren. One of our trainee teachers, Emma Hollis, who hails from Australia originally, came over to the UK last summer amidst all the nightmare of COVID and lockdown. Big fan of Manchester, big fan of the UK. I'm delighted Emma's been a trainee teacher on placement here this year and doing a PGC through Manchester University. And Emma has been awarded a post next year to be a history teacher at Wellington. And Miss Hollis is an outstanding trainee and will no doubt go on to enhance the history team with her efforts there. So well done, Miss Hollis. And Mrs. Cooper, assistant head teacher at Wellington, will from September be promoted to deputy head teacher, allowing her to continue the work around equality, diversity and inclusion really, as well as her work with Key Stage 3, but allowing her to continue the great work around the anti-racism agenda, our SEND programme, and pupils eligible for pupil premium as well. So well done to those 3 members of staff, or to be members of staff in Miss Flett's case, joining the team or changing roles within the team. Okay, I've now got on a bit already today, but I want to finish with something which is, I hope I can do it justice really. I had a phone call and a chat this afternoon with a remarkable lady, Justine Whitehead, the mother of Jacob Whitehead, who left us 4 years ago and is currently at Sheffield Hallam University. His younger brother Seb left us last year at Wellington. Jacob, back in the middle of March, and some of you will know the story, it's come out this week, had some bad headaches over all weekend, and his friends at university and ended up calling an ambulance and ended up going to hospital with these severe headaches. Initially thought it might be related to his diabetes and going hypo, as it were, and what goes on with that. But to cut a long story short, soon found out it wasn't. And the mum had a rather brutal conversation on phone call from Sheffield announcing that Jacob had a brain tumour. I think the mum had guessed it by this point when she knew it wasn't diabetes. And it turned out not only to be a brain tumour, but to be the most aggressive form of brain tumour you can imagine. And at that time, the family weren't aware whether it was malignant or not, whether it's cancerous, and it turned out that it was. The tumour was removed the following day in its entirety. But the form of cancer we're talking about, this brain tumour, means that it will return. and it's a terminal condition. Jacob's friends from university have started a fundraiser for Jacob, and I'll come on to that in a second. Jacob is now at home under the Christie, and no finer place he could hope to be, and is about to embark on a treatment of radiotherapy for 5 weeks and ultimately chemotherapy. But with this condition, his mum told me that there is currently a life expectancy of 5 years. I spoke to Mum today, and I say, what a remarkable lady, what a remarkable family. And I said that we would do everything we possibly could to support Jacob in that time and moving forward with fundraising, etc. But my plea to you is, I'm delighted that Jacob's friends have hit their target of £15,000 in a matter of days, really, to send Jacob off on a trip to New Zealand and elsewhere when he's finished his treatment in a few months. And he wants, by the way, to make sure he finishes his university degree course first of all. He's determined to do so, and what a credit to the young man there. And I spoke to Mum. She didn't mind me sharing the story. But there's a point to this, of course, as well, that if you can find it in you to donate, yes, they've hit their target, but let's not stop there. Whatever Jacob needs for this trip of a lifetime, then obviously that will be there for him. And maybe there's a bit to spare there to go for sort of other things in the future and for more possibly research around this. And Mum's got some ideas there as well. So if you could go to Just Giving, if you get in there, Jacob Whitehead, I'm sure you'll find what we are looking for and find it in yourself. I know there are so many good charities we can donate to, but this is a young man who's part of the Wellington family, a brilliant young man. If you go on to Just Giving and see the number of Wellington staff and pupils past and present, it really is sort of heartwarming, as well as completely and utterly gut-wrenching. And I speak of this as a father of a 20-year-old, a 19-year-old, and a 15-year-old, and I have to say, but for the grace of God, we all go, don't we? So please, I know I'm waffling a bit now, but this is quite challenging, shall I say. If you can help out and put your hands in your pockets, and as I said, lots of things you can put your money towards, but I'm sure the family and Jacob and ourselves at school would be most grateful. I will leave it there because I'm saying enough, haven't I, at 12 minutes in. Okay, listen, have a great weekend or whatever you do. Enjoy whatever we get weather-wise, and thank you for your ongoing support of the school and the whole community, because we are, as I say, we are family, we are community, and times like this, as I've just mentioned, do bring that home to us more than ever. Okay, take care, speak to you same time, same place next week. Bye-bye.